this video, we're going to look at lesson 6.04. Alright, so for your practice question 1, over the next 4 days, X is the number of days it will rain. So which statement is true about this situation? Now remember, when you're checking for probability distribution, got your little checklist over here. You need a fixed number of trials. Do we have a fixed number of trials? Yes. Are they independent? Yep, one day does not affect the other. Outcome is success or failure, so it's either it's going to rain or it's not, so sure. Now, the probabilities remain constant. Now, you guys have seen the news. Do the probabilities of rain remain constant? No, the probability of it raining does not remain constant. All right, so practice question 2. In which distribution does the variable x have a binomial distribution? So let's look at the first one. When a 6-sided number cube is rolled twice, okay, so we have a fixed number of trials. X is the sum of the numbers rolled, okay? So they are independent, they are fixed, and I probably don't need to check those off. We have the outcome is either success or failure. Well, it's just the sum. It's no success or failure. So that one's not it. So when a 6-sided number cube is rolled twice, X is the number of odd numbers rolled. Yeah, so it's either it's odd or it's even. So that one is a binomial distribution. And those do remain constant. Let's see, in the next one, when a 6-sided number cube is rolled 3 times, so we do have a fixed number of trials that are independent of each other. X is the number of 2's rolled. So those do remain constant. So that one is a binomial distribution. The next one, when a 6-sided number cube is rolled, X is the number of times rolled before a 2 appears. Well, there's no fixed number of trials. We need a fixed number of trials on that one, so it's only the middle 2. Okay. Don't forget your checklist. That will help you determine if it is a binomial distribution or not. All right, so this is just like your question 3. So don't forget that the probability of getting x equals 2 equals a probability of success times a probability of success. That's how we got that x equals 2 right here. So if we take that 0.1 and set it equal to that probability of success, basically, squared, we can take the square root of both sides. So therefore, the probability of success is equal to the square root of 0.1, which is approximately 0.3. I think it's like 0.311 something. Okay, so that means your probability of success would be about 0.3. All right, so this is just like question 4 on your quiz. And I would suggest using those formulas. So the probability of getting 0 means you have the probability of a failure, F, times the probability of another failure because you didn't get any successes. So that means you would take the 3/4 times 3/4, which gives you 9 over 16. Let me just rewrite that. 9/16. Okay? For the probability of 0. Okay? So let me show you the probability of getting 1, and you will need these formulas. So the probability of getting x equals 1 means you have the probability of 1 success the first time and failure the second time. That's a times right there. Plus probability of getting failure times the probability of success. So it could happen either way. It's either you spin a bee the first time and not the second time, or you don't spin a bee the first time and you do get it the second time. So you add up those two probabilities. So that means you would take the 1/4 times 3/4 plus the 3/4 times 1/4. So that means we have 3/16 plus 3/16, which is going to be 6/16, which reduces to 3/8. Okay? So that's a probability of x equals 1, and then you need to find a probability of x equals 2, which means you have a probability of success times probability of success, which means 1/4 times 1/4. And that gives you 1/16. So that's where you would get these three numbers right here, okay, in your table. So don't forget, probability of 0 is failure times failure. Probability of 1 means you add up the two probabilities of getting success then failure, and then failure then success. And then x equals 2 means you have success on both spins. Okay? All right, so let's take a look at a problem just like your question number 5. So if we know the probability of success is 0.9, okay, what is the probability that he will get x equals 2? So the probability of 2 free throws in a row. So the probability that he gets 2 in a row means we take 0.9 times 0.9, which is success times success. So we get 0.81. Okay, and that's what you would put inside here, 0.81. Now don't forget, if you do have a question where it asks probability of 1, okay, because there are different things it can ask here. Okay, if you get probability, because there is an option like this, probability of x equals 1, don't forget that is probability of success times probability of failure plus probability of failure times probability of success. Okay? You add up those two. So don't forget. So if you wanted to find it in this situation, okay, if you wanted to do it in this situation, you would take probability of success, which is 0.9, times 0.1, plus 0.1 times 0.9. Okay? And let me type that in my calculator. 0.9 times 0.1 plus 0.1 times 0.9, and you get 0.18. Okay, that is the probability of x equals 1 if you were asked to find x equals 1. And if you're asked to find x equals 0, that is probability of failure times probability of failure, which would be 0.1 times 0.1. Okay, so keep that in mind when you're trying to solve question 5.